Right, hello and welcome back to
The members of the nation will never
Civilization
know
VII.
most of their fellow members. Yet in the mind of each, the sound of...
Right, telling us about the fighting in the skies again, sure. That's why we try to end at the beginning of a new turn rather than going over into the next a little. Because I think the save is from like the start of the turn, even if you put a manual save down. Right. I guess we'll go for some food here. And yeah, we're just picking up all the masteries, picking up all the civic masteries. And we will be ending the game maximum 8 turns. But it looks like soon we'll be ending the war, most likely. Right. Let's keep hammering this tile. Yeah, T-gun here, it can just defend and then we'll put it on sleep or whatever. We need to pull this tank back. But we can attack with this tank. Now what kind of range have we got on this? Oh, we've got the range for it. No, we still can't hit it from here. This can now. Okay. I think that's probably his capital. I think I'm right there. I know it doesn't have that star next to it, so maybe we'll keep going inland. We'll see if there's another one maybe over here or in the middle. He might have moved it knowing I was coming. Still need a bit of money to be able to purchase a thing here. But it won't be long now. So that victory condition will be ticking over. Right. Right, we are being fired upon from the enemy battleship there. Okay, next turn. Fire! Ooh. That probably hurt. We'll pull these tanks back. I said, we'll pull these tanks back. Come on. Oh, I'm clicking on a where there's a unit station. Right, click there. Move these back. I clicked to go here. Why would it attack? Oh, it's like, well, I'm trying to path through this. Don't just go the other way. Oh my god. Stupid. I really want to get rid of Little Axe. I really want to. It's just such a dead weight on my on my civilization. It really is. Right. Ooh. We should have as well. Set up Amazon. There we go. We're now on. We should go up to 4 of 7 here. Just give it a moment to update. It'll fill up to 4 of 7 now. Is it 4 of 7? We've got. Or was it 2 of 7 now it's 3? I don't know. We've got Japan, we've got Isabella. No, we got Machiavelli, so it should be on 4 now, that. So we have 3 to go, and it's Catherine, Xerxes, and Ashoka. Right. Keep hitting the districts. Right, wow, we really just don't do anything to these, do we? Okay. Where's our tank? Because we had a tank here, didn't we? Somewhere. There it is. Right, the scouts. Let's see what they can see over here. Okay. Maybe we'll see if we can find a little route through these mountains as well. Right. And yeah, it's gone up to 4 of 7. We are nearly there on our economic victory now. Oh, damn. They've got a tank there.
We feel free because we lack the very language to articulate. The young.
Oh, we're gonna have to waste a turn blowing up the tank. We can only do, all we can do is put specialists in. It's gonna make them more unhappy, but it is what it is. Right. We'll end up completing all the trees in this one. Okay. It's gonna have to be a radio station, isn't it? Right. Just keep these guns firing. Right. We're slowly taking this. And we'll soon have this as well. Fire. Okay. We'll move through with our tank. And just, again, we're just going to be scouting those islands over there. Not much else we can do here. I guess all that's really left to do is to just start attacking here. Right, we'll soon have these though. Let's try moving them over here. Where can we move our great banker to then? Let's set him to sleep. Not until we've discovered where their capital is. There's no need to move him otherwise. Right. They're running out of places where it could be. I think we'll move him over to... Oh, we can't move him over there. Right, we'll hang on then. Oh, got a war going off over here. We're about to enter a war zone. Satellites. I thought it might do that. Just like in previous Civ games. So, where are their capitals? Tokyo. So it was over here. And we have Ashoka's is... Where is his? That's not got a star on it, that's not got a star on it. Kampala here, really? That's his capital. The AI works in mysterious ways. Not the giant 40 population mega city over here. Oh, mind you. Okay, it's 41 pop, so it must be very dense. Like loads of specialists and things, right? Right, in a few turns then, we should have about enough money, because it's been a few turns while we've been waiting, trying to figure all that out. So the satellites are up. We could build the... we could build the Taj Mahal over here. Sure. It will take 9 turns. The other game will end in 5. Right. Let's build a defensive thing there. There's not really much else to build. They've run out of room, I'm guessing. Right. Okay, we no longer need the scouts. Right. And then we have... So this is the thing now. Every few turns, yeah, so there's Delhi down. I would not have found that. That would have taken so long because it's so out of the way from his other cities. And yeah, Catherine the Great is... I would have guessed that. I was thinking there's all this stuff down here, Catherine must be down here, so she is. Oh dear, enemy tanks have arrived. Right. Just start fortifying. Put this slightly healthier tank in them. Why have they just like retreated from this district here? What? And now they got stuck there. Okay, that was a bit weird, whatever. We'll put them there. We'll move these further through. Let's bombard this, I guess. Guess it's just the airbase capture now. Okay. Right. The bombardment has begun. Won't be long and we'll be we'll be able to get a peace with Isabella soon. She'll have to give us peace once we've taken more cities. She'll have to. She can't just sit there going, no, we fight to the death. I mean, we can, but I wouldn't recommend we do. Right, airfield will be blown up imminently. We'll take over Bilbao and probably Geb 2 and Wasset over here, and we'll probably negotiate some kind of peace deal at that point.
Princes are like pythons. They swallow each other.
Yes, this world wonder. It's a really big mud hut that we built in the modern era. I don't know. Right, what have we got here as well? Oh, we can make another wonder over here. We might not want to. It's going to take 10 turns. We might want to do that somewhere more useful. Ah, camera. Jeff Bezos is taking his turn. There we go. Sorry, I guess we'll just start building that there. Sure, get some food in. Over here, we have nothing left really to build other than like some defensive fortifications maybe there. Oh! Chile. Oh, there's no... I mean, there's a rail line there. Surely that's... Whatever. Okay. Can these move by rail? Nope. Apparently not. I can see the rail connections going into the city. That is very strange to me, that. I'll just buy something. It'll cost nothing, and then I'm not moving things around. Produce nukes, I guess. Oh, this is town specialization, right? Don't want to be buying things in towns at the moment. Right. Go. Right, commander has promotion. Can keep just going down that line there. Yep, more tanks arriving. And ready, aim, fire. That's ours. And this will be ours shortly. Okay. More tanks move down here. As you do. Absolutely just eclipsing everyone at this point in terms of, well, everything. 4 turns till we win. Jeff Bezos will be taking another turn. Next time we might, let's see, I think we might have them finish on the same turn. So he travels, next turn he gets the thing here, then he travels and gets it in Delhi. So that becomes, yeah, 4 turns, doesn't it? So, well, another 3 from now on. So they're going to finish at exactly the same time, actually. Which is, oddly, it's like, yeah, oddly enough, they'll all finish at the same time, weirdly. Strange how these things line up sometimes, I guess, but yeah. She really wants to retake this, doesn't she? Right. Probably something with like a good amount of production, maybe just a military academy put down. Yeah. And I guess we don't need, again, we don't need that tank over there now. But we can just delete the scouts. You can retire, guys. You're no longer required. Have fun in your new life with your dogs. Right. We should be able get 'em. I think there's just this one now here. I think there's an airbase there we have to take. But not much now, we're pushing through. They're sending tanks in, but they're not doing brilliantly. Okay, so let's try and fortify up there. Maybe this tank can finish them off. Right. And we've got more tanks to send down this way. Get the navy all hoovered up. There we go. They're ready to travel. And oh, they're gonna travel. Right, we're gonna offer Isabella a peace deal once we've taken these last two cities. And we'll see what's required for the peace deal. She might want 2 or 3 cities back. And we're gonna give her some pretty poor ones. She's not gonna be getting her capital back. We've reduced her to 11
If
cities.
I cannot inspire love, I will cause fear. Bombardment, barrage, curtain fire, mines, gas, tanks, machine guns, hand grenades.
I've got to say, it would say all that just as I go, well, I guess we've just reduced her to 11 cities. Gas, hand grenades, explosions. Okay, game. Right. Deploy. Fire. 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 More. More. Right. Oh, we can hit this from here. Right. Display the treasure in a museum. Happiness towards the next celebration. We don't need more culture at this point, do we? Right, grow the town. Hey, that puts him in plus happiness. Nice. New tech. New civic. And production. We'll want a nice city park here, I think. Oh, it looks like we're finally at a point where we've run out of urban space there. Right. Town specializations, yep, whatever. And command units, here we go. Well, our tank traffic jam continues. And I guess this battleship can just wait about. We should be able to take Wasset, get peace, end the game. Though the game will end in 2 turns. I repeat, we end in 2 turns. Looks like that tank is going walkabouts. They're being paid. We'll take this district next turn. Okay, there's enemy tanks on there apparently. Come on. Oh. Right, attribute available. Scientific. We were, what's it, ooh, production towards constructing buildings. Yes, that's huge. Give it. Give me it. There we go. That made us smarter. Yes. Obviously. Right. Well, on that note, I think that's basically it then. Right. Okay, what else have we got? Yeah, we can just put all these on sleep for a while. just so I'm not having to faff with them every turn. These are going to start moving back down the... Is that Spain as well? Oh right, we can just take these next. As you do. Right, I guess that's what the Marines will be doing next. But we won't get to that point. Can I shoot them from here? Why can I not shoot? Useless range on these ranged units, it really is. Right. Travel to city. Delhi. Right. Let's see if we can broker peace before the end here. Pause peace. So, she will reject this deal. I will give you back... I will give you Little Axe. You can have Wasset. Gebtu. Bilbao. Take Mexico off. She wants 4 cities for peace in a war in which I'm winning. Right. Of course. This makes no sense whatsoever. Absolutely none. Absolutely no sense. Oh my god. The thing is I can't hold on to them. So it's kind of one of those like, well, I might as well type things. Right. No, we can hold on one more turn and just end the game with a bajillion things. Right. Just in case it basically just ends next turn, we can reload this and drop a nuke. Just in case. We probably shouldn't have put it there in the middle of all those cities, should we? In the year 1890.
The sun has come to Earth. Uncountable hopes, dreams, lives, all vanished in a blinding light. Victory comes with a cost.
Okay, there we have it. We have won. Military victory. would have been simultaneous economic victory. Ooh, lovely. Ideology. Yes, yes, absolutely annihilating. Wow, Himiko really was trying to go to space. Okay. She was actually making some decent progress on the geographic society as well. Legacies. Isabella was actually a little bit ahead on legacies because of her culture. And we'd eclipsed everyone else. These were all just getting bullied. It was a real like crabs in a bucket scenario with these four, and just constantly losing cities, having to build little tiny ones everywhere to try and bulk up their numbers. Whereas, yeah, it really was between me and Isabella. Himiko and Ashoka. I think what ended up happening with them is they kept each other at bay, basically. So, because they didn't want to start wars with each other, neither one assaulted the other and kind of used them as a springboard to progress or anything. So, they kind of ended up just stopping each other from progressing in the end. Whereas I went on a hostile campaign against Isabella, and then obviously took a massive chunk out of her, which allowed me to hurtle ahead to win. Which is, really, that's how you do the military victory and how you would do it in previous games. It's not about world... In previous games it is about world domination, but really, the reason why you'd build a decent military in Civ 5 or 6 wasn't to actually get the military victory. You would basically assault your largest neighbour to the point where it would hold them back from getting, say, a science victory or something, while you then hurtle ahead. And that really is what you would use military for, and it's honestly, the military victory path actually rather represents that decently well. But yeah, quite interesting. Lovely. Unlocked some new stuff. Exploration Cultural Legacy card. As Augustus, access a new Exploration Legacy card. Plus 15% culture, minus 10% science. That sounds terrible. New Exploration Legacy card. Plus 15% food. Minus 10% gold. That's not bad actually. And we've ranked up to level 10 now. I do wonder if I could load that up, cancel Project Ivy, and then just win an economic victory as well. We'll have to see. Okay, let's see if I can run it back and do a economic victory if we cancel Project Ivy.
From the fertile soil of America springs forth a brave new world, driven by passion, ideas, and a desire to shape the future.
We'll see. I think though, looking at it, I'm probably going to do like, I think I might do a little bit of a review of the game now I've had a good go on it. And I'll probably kind of express my feelings a bit more in depth in there, but just as a bit of a rundown, like, when you start the game, it's definitely just classic Civ 7. Right, well, not Civ 7, but it's just classic Civilization, you know. Nothing crazy new. And it doesn't really get new until you get into the Era Crisis. And it was quite well done, that. I quite like the Era Crisis. But I think it's the transitions that I... Okay, it didn't do it. Yeah, it's... Well, I'll see if I've got a different save. Right, let's manually load that one. So I bet that loaded an auto save by pressing continue. I'm going to load a manual one. It should be a turn before.
From the fertile soil of America springs forth a brave new world, driven by passion, ideas, and a desire to shape the future. But
yeah, the age transition, it's it's one of those. It very much feels like it kind of, you know, fade to black. You know, turns pass. You come back later, and it really is like you've nipped to loo in a multiplayer game, and you've come back, and 10 turns have passed, and the AI took over your Civ, and they've just messed everything about or something. You know, you've disconnected and reconnected, and the AI's cancelled all your building projects, stopped building that wonder you are working towards, and put all the production towards settlers when you've got no land around you or something stupid. It feels kind of like that. If I cancel that, like, yeah, it keeps the production toward it, so we can just end it whenever now. And it looks like for flight you have to do these transoceanic, break the sound barrier. Right, where's Bezos? There he is. Roma. Oh, he's actually run out of buildings. It has. Holy. I think so. I'm not overly keen on the age transitions. I do like that it then upgrades your units and gives you that, which isn't bad. So you're not just kind of screwed over with that. I don't like that it shuffles them all around and then deletes some but keeps others, and you don't get a say in which. And I'm not overly fond of the transition. So it's a mixed bag with that. It's like I like aspects of it and I dislike others. We can hit Kusa. There it goes. Does that make her more likely to accept peace now? What if I give you Little Axe? No. What's it? It does affect it. She'll take just 2 for peace now. Interesting. That... oh. So because she's losing and has been nuked, she accepts peace. Oh, it's lagging like it moves all my units.
Sí. Envíalo a mi secretario y mándelo con mi sello.
If we had the range, I'd have gone for Argos, but anyway. Activate Great Person. There we go, 2 victory conditions that we've got to see there. Not bad if I don't say if I do say so myself.
Is stitched together as never before.
That's
And
England.
From this new tapestry comes a voice of order.
Great British Empire confirmed DLC coming soon. I say that, I'm probably right as well. I don't think they're going to leave us out. You know, it's not like we're an unimportant civ or something. And that means that they're probably going to be more economically focused, I'm guessing. Lovely. We don't get more XP or anything though. And we get those same things, yeah. So obviously we've collected the reward for this game, so it doesn't let you get more from a completed game, I guess. But, yeah. So, I will say, and well, I'm just talking over this because I know the menu music's quite loud in particular. I've already had to turn it down a lot while I've been playing. But yeah, it's genuinely... I think that my main gripe is that with just like, oh look, I'm about to go to a new age, and it just shuffles everything around. I like that it gives you a free upgrade on your units, and it kind of almost acts as a catch-up mechanic. Like, it brings everyone who's quite far behind hurtling forwards, so that tech and culture gap doesn't just keep widening. So each era almost acts as a little sort of stopgap. Okay, back we go, back to, pull everyone back up to where they should be, keep it competitive and that. And as I've demonstrated there, you can go into one era quite a bit behind actually, and still come out on top. I think we were playing on not normal but above normal, weren't we? I think like one difficulty above, if I remember correctly. So definitely, it's possible. I do like that it does that. It keeps things interesting, and when the games are this long, you don't want them to lose their luster. A lot of Civ 7 and Civ 5 and Civ 6 games, you'd probably get to around powder units, so you're getting like muskets and bombards and things. The game could often be decided as early as that, and it was usually completely decided by the modern era. Someone will be completely running away with it. I've played a fair amount of skirmishes versus AI, and I used to play with a group of friends quite a lot before they all got, this was like in university, so this was before everyone had jobs. And yeah, would play a lot, and you would often find that someone would be way ahead. And usually it was on science, and I think Civ 6 tried to make culture more important, but Civ 7 here has really emphasised that even more now. Like, science and culture are required. It's not just all about science. Production isn't as crazy important as it used to be either. And settlement growth can almost be as big, especially to get those resources to put into your railroad tycoon empires. That's pretty good. I like the fact that your civilization changes as well. I really like this, because oftentimes you would pick a civilization at the beginning of Civ 5 and 6 and so on. You'd pick a Civ, and you would just be, of course you were stuck with them for the entire game, and they would have different advantages that would come into the game at different parts. So picking a Civ with a really good late game advantage was almost pointless, because everyone else would get an advantage before you, use it to get ahead, and leave you trailing behind. It's no use if you've got, I don't know, a unique tank, if your opponent gets to tanks, an era before you and obliterates you with their basic tanks. It doesn't matter. Like, you need a Civ that's going to be good at every part of the game. So making it so that you just change Civs out as you go makes sense. And it means that the Civs can be more thematic to the era. So, you've not got samurai conducting trade missions, to the New World, and then fighting in World War II. You've not got out like that. It kind of keeps it more... keeps more to the actual history of the world, and keeps things more thematic, so that it's a little less silly. That said, it does still have that silliness in that you've got you can have any leader now to any nation, which I prefer that, because then your actual leader then. So it gives a bit more customization over your loadout. The mementos do that as well. I'm probably going to be playing my next game with mementos. I've unlocked quite a few now. It doesn't show them up here, does it? Is it in collection? No, that's your DLC. Right, but anyway, we've got a few mementos now. I guess if we go in a new game, we can, yeah. Like the big one I wanted was this one as Rome. So from now on, I won't have as many problems with settlement limits. But that convert city cost will be quite expensive. That said, though, so yeah, it's very much a case of. So there are a lot of things I like, and I'm glad to see that they're experimenting and they're not just standing there going, twiddling their thumbs, saying, haha, well, we'll just make another Civ like the last one and call it a day and cash it in. No, there's some genuine innovation going here. Which is nice to see, you know, they've not just made it the same. And on that note, yeah, going into... I will say the least favourite of the ages is the second one, the Exploration Age. You can so easily get tied down and you're having to go over there and explore and find a spot and send settlers. The settlement limit is extremely restricting, I find. I almost wish you almost had like a city limit and a town limit. And you could maybe have a handful of cities, but then have a large amount of towns, or there to be no limit on towns maybe. Because the problem I'm finding is it's really, and it's always the thing with Civ, they're kind of, in this type of game, in a 4X game, the strategy is always to have a big military go and just be aggressive and just take cities and towns from everyone else, because it's like a double effect. Like, it's better to take someone else's than to make your own, because as we found there with me fighting Isabella, she loses a town and I gain one. So in terms of like going towards the end game victory, she's now a step behind and I'm a step ahead, but I've only only one city's been taken over. So I've added one city to my empire, but I've effectively, it's almost as if I've got a 2-city advantage then over my the biggest opponent that I had. So it always makes sense to take them over than just build a new one, and a new one obviously then you have to wait for it to grow and things. So it would always favour aggression and building very wide and large, because then you'd have larger yields on things overall. So they've always been toing and froing with this whole, you know, how harsh should we be for people who are playing essentially wide and expansionist and militarist? Which is why in previous civs it would just cost more tech and culture to gain new techs and new civics. It just cost more science and culture, and so you'd get too wide. But well, you could build wide, but you'd have to make sure that each city is quite large. Otherwise, it wouldn't be. It would be causing more harm by raising the amount of science and culture you needed to get things than it would actually add to your society. So you could play wide, but you'd have to have tall cities that are wide. That's how it would work. In this, it's just a hard limit. It just says no more than this. Or we just start hitting you with a stick. Oh, your people are unhappy. Oh, what? It makes no sense. I really dislike settlement limits. As an expansionist player, I absolutely hate this. They had this whole thing in Civ 6 where you had to like keep them loyal to you, so cities had loyalty, which really just boiled down to you had to expand naturally around you, and not just have cities randomly dotted around the map that you'd taken over. So you had to kind of expand naturally around you so your culture could spread. So they've been doing it very differently each game, but this is probably my least, the one that I like the least. I dislike the way that they've implemented the settlement limit here. You know, just literally it's just a hard number and go screw yourself. Which is probably why I'll probably be playing new games as, where is he? Xerxes, King of Kings with settlement limit, right, per age, with then something like Corona Civica here, a memento that gives me +1 settlement limit per age, and just go absolutely nuts with building all the cities, because why not? just why not? Just go nuts with it. But yeah, I don't like the second age, because if you just find yourself right on the settlement limit, it's like, well, you can't take part in the new age, go screw yourself. And there's always the chance that the other civs there have just expanded so much that there's not room, right? Or there's not really good spots left that you'd want a city on, you know? It's a bit, yeah, it's a good idea, but it's poorly implemented. The third area, though, that it goes into is quite good. I like the ideologies thing. The bonuses the ideologies give, though, are crap, and I think they need to be reworked. And there should be more about it, rather than just, oh, pick a team and then you hate everyone else on that team. I think those civic trees for the ideologies should be more in depth. They should definitely play more into how those ideologies ended up playing out in World War II. So communism, it should be like, you get infantry units, your infantry units are stronger, you get more production toward them, they don't cost anything to maintain. Whereas fascism should be, you know, you just get bonus production for everything. It's just production, and your tanks, you get more tanks and things, and stuff like that. And then democracy, I don't know, I guess it'd be, hell, democracy, it'd probably be like Navy and Air Force, going with how World War II went. And they could just be like, ultra capitalism, all the money, and the idea is you just buy all your units. Something like that. I'd love to see more about that, but again, I'm probably going to do a little review on this and get more in depth with it. There are, like I said, there's little gripes like that. UI things, one of the big problems I really hated was you could get a unique district, but the first building would have different placement requirements to the second building, so you could unlock it, place your first building, go to place the second one, and it's like, nope. Oh. And sometimes it being unclear about whether you're going to bulldoze a building down that's useful to you or not, or something like that, and just not being able to change the names of cities. But I think they're already looking at doing that. You might even be able to do it now or something. But little things like that. It has its issues. Overall, though, I'm liking it. I'll like it better when Britain's added. Very much, you know, I'm very much a heavy naval user. Always have been. Loved playing archipelago maps because it gave me an advantage. But being like a big expansionist type who just makes loads of money off things by having loads of trade routes, very much looking forward to seeing what the British had and which ruler they'll go with. I mean, it's always an interesting one because you don't know which ruler they're going to go with, because there's a bunch you could go with. You know, we've had some very famous ones. You know, it could be Henry VIII, it could be Queen Elizabeth I or the Second, Victoria, or Winston Churchill. Hell, they might even add Elizabeth II, since she died recently a few years back. That maybe they'll add her in as a bit of a memorial thing. Who knows? It'd be nice to see. I would probably guess, especially since they've done a specific Victorian era, exploration era. Come on, you've got to add Queen Vicky. It's probably going to be her. I would probably guess it's going to be Queen Victoria, because they've got the exploration age. It's likely to be, I think. We'll see though. Anyway, as I say, I'll probably go over all this more in depth in like a little mini review. It's been fun though. I'm probably going to have a few more games. And thank you very much for watching though. There might be more on the channel. We'll see if I find myself playing it, and I might just hit the record and throw it out there as a bonus video, or maybe if I'm looking for more content on the channel. I might throw this in here and there now and then, because it's just nice to go and have a game every so often. But I'm definitely more impressed with Civ 7 than I was with Civ 6 at release. And talking of things that, well, I've talked about things I've done bad there, again, things I've done brilliantly, the ability to just, like the way that your town grows now is much, much better. I've got to put that out there. The UI could be better for it, because, again, it doesn't always make it clear about whether you're bulldozing like an old building that you don't really need anymore, or you're going to destroy a new building that you only just built. I had to double check when I were building things towards the end, because it were going to bulldoze over my institutes that I'd got. They're like the same era building. Why would it not warn me about this will destroy an institute? The yield shouldn't just show you what you're going to add to the tile. It should show what you're going to lose if you were to build there. That's how it should work. So again, there's little gripes, but yeah, the way that they've done certain things, I would still... And you can kind of see where a lot of the influences come from with... they've been having a lot of healthy competition lately. Games like Humankind, and I think the other one... I think it was Millennium or something it was called, that added eras, though theirs were way more fun, and they had like steampunk stuff and things like that. Civ's version of doing the eras here is quite good, but I prefer Millennia's. I do prefer that, because it were way more fun, and they'd go like ahistoric. So like I say, you'd get like cool steampunk era and future wars and other stuff, and like there were one where you'd go into the medieval era in the Age of Blood, where it would just be constant war with everyone and things like that. Or you could go into the era of heroes, and you had to raise almighty heroes to champion the age and stuff like that. I really liked their, and honestly, it was a bit of a gimmick, but Christ alive, it was a really good gimmick. I feel like they could, as like a DLC, that's definitely an idea for Civ to look into. But you can see that and Humankind having like an influence here, and it's had a positive one. And this is honestly what I would have hoped for. Like, we get more competition, more entries in the genre, and we get some innovation out of it, leading to better games. That's what you want. So it's a good thing that they're trying new things. It's a good sign. And they're definitely on the right path with a lot of this. And again, updates and DLCs will curve out the rough edges, and we'll get something that we like even more, I think. I think this is definitely, the foundations here are great. Right, and I'm glad to see that things like, you know, disasters and other things that have been added as DLCs and features in the previous games haven't been chopped up and added as DLCs here. They're just in from the start. That's very nice. Mind you, we are missing like the World Congress, so some things haven't made it. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes, unless they've just decided it was an annoying mechanic. And I do like the new diplomacy, but again, I'll not go on too long. I could go on a while. I'm probably going to do a little review, and I'll go through it all in there. But overall, very much liking it. Looking forward to see what they add. Very much enjoying my time so far. Yeah. Right, that's going to wrap it up though. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Civ 7. There might be more to come on the channel. We'll see how we go. I'll probably just play the odd game here and there, and I might occasionally record it if there's nothing else up on the channel at the moment, but we shall see. And I'll see you in future videos and other saves on the channel. I'll see you then.